In this demonstration, we will show you the process of how to do a drop ship from a purchase order inside of Dynamics 365 Business Central. Again, the process is of a drop ship sales order from a purchase order. What we're going to do is create the sales order. From there, we'll create the purchase order, and then you see in the middle color shaded triangle, we'll drop ship to the customer. And from there, we'll post the sales order and post the purchase invoice. Beginning, we'll start with the creating a sales order. Here I am inside of Business Central. I'm going to quickly enter a sales order from the navigation directly on the roll page under Actions. I select Sales Order. Either type in the customer name. Using the drop-down, I can select my customer. Entering the line items, I can easily manually type that in, or I can invoke Copilot to suggest the sales line items. I choose the line items here by just typing in what the needs are. The customer needs 1 desk and 2 blue chairs. I choose Generate, insert the sales line items, and now I'll select the dropship in order to tie the sales order to the purchase order. This is a column setting. You do need to make sure that's on display. If it's not, simply personalize the form. I'll select and select. And now the sales order is complete. I can close this window. The next step is to create the purchase order. The sales order again has been entered, so the next stop is to create the purchase order. I'll go ahead and find the customer, and the header information is complete. Now the next step in order to facilitate a drop shipment to the customer is I need to select the sell to customer by changing the ship to address in the shipping and payment fast tab. You can collapse the tabs by selecting on them, and you'll notice here in the ship to, I'm going to go ahead and select the customer address and find the customer. Under more options, you'll find where I can get the drop ship under Actions. I'll go ahead and get that sales order. So this is a list of all the current sales orders that are available. The last sales order created is listed at the bottom of the page, and that's ending in 1016. Now the line items from the sales order accurately reflects the requested items on the purchase order. I will post. And since the vendor is going to reship it, I'll receive the items and just select OK. Go ahead and print the purchase order. And now a copy of the purchase order has been generated and can be distributed electronically. From here, I'm going to go ahead and post and invoice the customer. So now you need to post and invoice that customer. I'll select the tiles, open the sales order. Notice the sales order status has a status of released. I can go ahead and scroll to the right. Before processing the order, finance leverages the AI capabilities to understand whether that client is at risk. And so I can predict the payment of that. So predict payment uses machine learning and analyzes historical data to determine if we need to take extra precautions with this customer. Using that prediction model, we can fine-tune the business processes. And for example, I could reduce my outstanding accounts receivable and also our collection strategy by just predicting whether these invoices will be paid on time. Notice that item has shipped. And since we received it in the previous step, I can go ahead and invoice the customer. And I will go ahead and print. Now the sales invoice is generated, and you can electronically distribute that to the customer. And then you could see the bill to and the ship to in this shipping process here. We'll go ahead and post the purchase order now. Since we know the purchase order created, was ending in 606. There's no need to open the document again, thus saving clicks. I can go ahead and post, and this converts the promise to purchase, which is essentially a purchase order, to a purchase invoice. We'll close the window, and that is the process of performing a drop ship to a customer, starting with the sales order, creating that, then creating the purchase order. We send it to the customer, and then we perform the other actions of posting the respective documents. And really the benefit of that is we improve our customer service. We streamline our inventory management by taking items that we purchase from a vendor and shipping it directly to the customer.